Hello and welcome back to this edition of Daily Actives brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I am Dustin, and we are looking at Tesla once again. Now, the one thing about Tesla today is that it was down 1.4%, and there are some red flags here. There are a little bit of concerns. Now, I've definitely changed my tune on Tesla recently because I was very positive that this move that we were seeing, where we were getting small bars and they were starting to move up, that was very positive, but things have changed today, and I'll tell you exactly why. You can see that today it closed at $265.28. Tomorrow, the 5-day moving average is going to be $200.69, which means that now the 5-day average is now below, or is now above. The price is now below the 5-day moving average, as well as the 20-day moving average is $270, which means the price is now also below the 20-day moving average. That is not positive. The one thing that we have seen, though, is we have seen that volumes essentially dried up to a certain extent. Tesla having slightly over 100 million shares traded. While it seems like a big number for most stocks, that's not a big number for Tesla. When we're looking as well, what I'm noticing is that we now have 3 days in a row where it says price to fall on the future price path. And we see that we have on the 1-day, the 5-day, and the 15-day that have all flipped to rolling negative returns. Not great. As well as on the going long signal here, we do have a go long on the short term, intermediate term, and longer term, but we do have 3 go short signals on the short term. As well as I do notice that, yes, it has flipped to be bullish in the longer term, which is very positive. We still have a bearish and a bearish in the short term and intermediate term. Tesla's just kind of looking like it might be in a position where this could be a sustained kind of move for a little bit. It doesn't have to go down much farther, but it could just go sideways. I do see this ultra fast indicator. We are at 50%, which I'd love to see. We're actually at 49.6%, which is fantastic. And the reason why I say it's fantastic is because you want that oscillator to be generally under 50%. Because that's going to tell you that this price, at least while it may be falling, there's still more upside than downside. So the bearish and bullish sentiment indicator actually is turning quite positive. We still see that even on the daily here, that the 15-day moving average is quite far above the bullish percent, which is at 50.2. We can see that the Tesla volume, we can see, is currently falling a little bit. And then what we can see is that Tesla daily volatility is essentially in a place where it's been falling and the correlation is starting to rise. What we'd love to see, honestly, would be a breakout in volatility higher. So it'd probably be a gap up, it'd be a gigantic candle, it'd be a really big volume move, something with a catalyst is exactly what I said in my video yesterday. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. The Tesla video from yesterday covers a lot of this stuff in terms of what I think could happen and what we would need to see to happen to make this be a little bit more bullish. We can see that the price correlation is starting to rise. That's not necessarily positive while the volatility is falling. The price is in the middle of the range, which is quite positive, to be honest. The only issue is that if we look over here at the weekly trade range, we are aggressively overbought. And it isn't that right now is necessarily anything that's super overbought. It's that where we came from at the beginning of the year, when we were around January 6th of 2023, we were at $113, and now we're up at $281. It's just that we've moved so far so quick. While this obviously is a multi-year chart here, 6 months of time or 7 months of time isn't that long when you're thinking about a price that goes up over 100%. So when we're looking here, even at the ultra fast sentiment, just like we saw on the smaller version, when we're looking at the raw data, we are at 50% right now. We would like to see this kind of at least stay around here for a while. It could come down like it did before, down to the low 40s, maybe even high 30s. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long? Are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is this even a good review? And before you go, subscribe to the New High newsletter. We give you 25 stocks breaking out every Sunday at 9 a.m. I'll talk to you soon.